Close this one.
No, we're going, aren't we? What's that?
This one, but I close it. Yeah, you're in there now. You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
drive.
right, we're going. Hello there. Welcome to the first live stream. We don't know what the hell we're doing, but there you go. Just rolling along, boy. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, obviously. We've got two men on site, Win and Ramo. They're mixing concrete, or they're bagging the gravel and sands for concrete. I was down the piggery 2 or 3 hours ago, and everything's fine with the little pigs we got. I give them a couple of hands full of dried feed at, I don't know, 6:30 this morning. There's nothing left. I fed them last night. Win fed them normally at 4 o'clock. I gave them extra feed last night about 7 o'clock. All that was gone. I gave them a couple of handfuls of dried feed this morning, so they had something before Win came in. So they're getting through the feed. All the stools are good. They have put a little bit of weight on, you can see on the backbone. And I noticed this morning they've got a sheen to the coats.
Someone said.
So they're coming along very well, I think. Brian in Melbourne. Hello, Brian. I don't know what the weather's like in Melbourne. David told me you've had some good weather recently compared with last year. Yeah, we know Melbourne very well. Yeah, so that was the pigs this morning. Chickens are just as the chickens always are. I'm not terribly happy with the piglets we got, but I think we're pulling them round. Hopefully. Figure not 40 today. Yeah, that's what David's been telling me. 40's okay if you just get 1 or 2 days and a cool change comes through. But if you get 3, 4, 5 days, it's hard work for sure.
You had 6 viewers now.
6 viewers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What
there.
you're on? Oh, you're
Yeah,
on.
I can see in there.
Yeah, I can see the live chat here. The thing with live chat is we need to tell them to print when they're sending a chat to do it slowly.
No, that's right.
You should say why.
Yeah, because you can't read.
I can't read very fast. So yeah,
Indiana.
Eh?
There's a comment another.
Donald Stewart.
29 degrees in what do you call that one?
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where Indiana is I know it's America, but whereabouts in America? I don't know a lot of the states. Yeah, so I had a word with Win this morning. He still wanted twisting my arm to get more cement.
Hello from Lance Oldham. There, another comment.
Oh, Lance Oldham.
Yeah.
Lancashire.
Lancashire.
Yeah. Whereabouts in Lancashire, Lance? No, it's not Lance Oldham, it's Lance. Ants. Whereabouts in Lancashire, I wonder? Yeah, so I had a word with Win this morning, and I told him I'm putting him on the chicken shed tomorrow, and tried to explain why. And he's on about working on trusses.
Near Manchester.
All right, near Manchester. Yeah, lots of towns. Oldham. Oh, it's Oldham. I told them Oldham.
Mm.
When I was a kid, we'd call it Oldham.
Mm.
Mm. Just over at Pennines from Huddersfield, you get to Oldham before you get to Manchester. Or you used to on the old roads. You've got the M62 now, so it's all different. Yeah, so I told when we were going on the chicken shed to get that damn shed finished. And I'll be putting all soy on to plumbing. But how much he understood, I don't know. Yeah, well, that's it. I've read all my topics I wrote down. They're all done. Mm.
How many relatives do you have on the job?
Oh, your relatives. Well, Wynn's Jean's brother. Soy is Jean's uncle. And in the past, you had a cousin on here.
Mm.
What do you call your cousin now who's drinking all the time?
Mong?
Mung. Yeah, Mung was a nice enough fella. But he was on the Galapo all the time and he was coming in and he was on the piggery roof when we were doing. No, was it piggery? Yeah, it was on
Oh,
the piggery roof.
he's saying it's not mine as well. It's yours as well.
What?
It's not just
Oh
my
yeah,
relatives.
it is now. Yeah, brother-in-law. Um, but Mung, he was on the piggery roof full of drink, and I was terrified he was going to fall off, and where it would leave us in compensation and everything else. So he had to go. But he was a good enough fella. He was a good worker as well. All the Philippines seem to be good workers.
You read your
Yeah.
comment there. Oh.
Um,
You're here now.
yeah. Oh, ants.
Mm.
Yeah, is how you pronounce it. Yeah, I'm glad people find the videos interesting. Um, it's fly on the wall stuff. I mean, it's not very polished, and I'm not a public speaker in any way, shape, or form. Um, but it pleases me that people do find it interesting and inspiring. Well, I suppose it might be inspiring to the extent that I'm an old fella still doing something.
Mm.
Yours to now.
Yeah, they said that your relatives now, not
Oh,
just mine.
yours too now. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they are. You're right, Brian. Oh, Lee Hill. He's a familiar name. Hello, Lee. Well, that's good, Donald. Yeah, I'm pleased you're finding the videos interesting. I very often think that they're very much the same day after day after day sometimes because nothing new is happening. But it is as it is. Uh, you don't say, "Oh, I'm going to build a chicken shed," and then it's built in that day. I suppose if I was really into YouTube, which I'm not, if I said I was going to build a chicken shed, then I'd film the building up until it was complete and then spend hours editing it and you'd have a program. But I'm not the BBC. I'm not what I want to be. I'm not a lying bastard, put it that way. um, yeah, so, it is what it is, I suppose. But it I don't get, it just pleases me that people are finding interesting. And I know there's people looking to come to the Philippines and maybe doing similar things as what I'm doing. There's lots of people before me done similar things. Um, so when I stuff it up, it's good that people can see the mistakes I make. And then if they do a similar thing, they can avoid them mistakes. I had a question yesterday about the floors. again why I chipped the floors out. Well, I chipped the floors out because I made a mistake. We stuffed up with the floors. Now, I wanted the floors all smooth to make it easier for cleaning and no crevices for bugs and that to hide and multiply in, which was a good thing to be doing, so I thought. Now, I did realise that we'd need a non-slip surface of some sort for on. And two comments uh, came up with aluminium oxide, which is very tough stuff. They use it on grinding this and all this, that, and the other. So we put that down with the sealer, but the sealer didn't stand up to the wear. So all the aluminium oxide came loose and was flushed into the septic tank eventually. And we were facing the option of recoating the floors every 3 months because they did work well initially, and then after 6 or 8 weeks, less so. Or chipping the floors out. And I didn't really want to chip the floors out because they're nice floors. But anyway, that was the solution. We chipped all the floors out, and it's worked very well. The pigs, no slipping now with the pigs. The young piglets didn't slip, but when they got to 50, 60 kilos, they were slipping on them with smooth floors. But surprisingly, the floors are still easy to clean. There's 50% of them chipped out to a depth of 8 to an inch, a little bit more possibly. But when you wash the floors, they washed no problem at all. So it was a mistake initially, but the way we have it now is perfect.
Where are
More
you?
footage. I'm reading. Yeah.
You're in here now.
Oh, I'm still
Yeah,
there. Yeah, fly on the wall. Ryan likes it, anyway. Ants likes to see the progress. Brian, some footage off site. We have done some footage off site, but not a lot. But we can do that. I very often forget the camera when I go out. I don't take the camera with me or the mobile phone. I'm not a person who walks around all day with the bloody mobile phone. I have to make myself do one in the morning, lunchtime, and tea time. And if something's happening, I'll come and get the phone and do one in between, you know. But yeah, we can do some more off site. I can get off my backside and go walking round the market and show you that. Obi, yeah, I know Obi from the comments.
yeah.
How often do you take the whip out to the workers? Well, I don't really. When I first came here, we were doing the fence and we were sat in the cabin behind us on the step. There was no veranda. And I've 3 men on site and they sat down.
He's always grumpy all the time.
And they didn't appear to be doing much to me. And it took me a while to realise what was going on. But I was grumpy with them. You know, I just seen 3 fellas uh, sat around a lot. So there was a bit of falling out. And it culminated in I'm sat on the bloody step with a cup of tea and talking to Jean, and I'm moaning about these bloody fellas. and I stood up, had a cup of tea, a cup of coffee then, and I just finished it, and I threw the cup of coffee across the bloody where the road is now out front that way. Well, where's my finger? Where's it that way? And the bloody coffee cup smashed, and there's three fellas down there. And they they still remember that because they still say, "Don't make him grumpy." Nobody wants to make me grumpy. Um, but I learnt since then there's a different way of working here. You get two fellas digging a hole. There's only one working at any one time. One with the digging stick. I'll loosen the dirt. Then he'll sit down. The other one will go up and shovel the dirt. In this climate, you can't shovel away for 2-3 hours. Although Roger, he doesn't stop. I don't know. Um, and if you work with them, you get more done. Now, if you crack the whip and push them, eventually they'll resist that, and they'll say something they don't really mean. Um, they'll say, "Oh, I'm not doing that," because you pushed them too much and they're sick of what they're doing. And once they say that, they'll never change their mind. It's a losing face thing here. So it's a balancing act. But yeah, I've no problem with these fellas. I look at the end of the day what we've done. I don't stand over them seeing what they do every minute. If I go down there at 20 to 12 or even 11:30, there's one of them not working because he's cooking lunch. And if you go down there at 10 to 12, they're all eating. And then the lunch starts at 1 o'clock. Sorry, at 12 o'clock. So lunch for them is an hour's sleep. They've already had the dinner. But the other side of the coin is, if there's something needs done, they'll go down there, eat the lunch, and then go straight back to work. They won't bother with lunch. Um, if they're striving to get something done in the afternoon, and they work till 5:20 instead of finishing at 5 o'clock or a little bit sooner usually, they'll do it. So it's give and take both ways. But overall, I'm more than happy with these fellas. Bert McLaughlin.
Mm.
Oh, thank you, Bert. I'm glad you enjoyed the channel.
Yeah, he's from Sydney.
Donald Stewart, all the Scottish section are in now. Sows. Well, I'll grow them 220 kilos minimum, and they should be starting to go on heat then. But I won't breed them until the second cycle, and we'll artificial inseminate them, which is not 100% certain, or it's less certain than if you get a boring. But I don't want to get a boring. I want a closed shed, and if I only have 2 or 3 sows to start with, it's not economical to have your own boar, to feed your own boar. But the thing with the artificial insemination, you can get different genetics. Pig Improvement Company, south of Cebu City, they'll deliver semen to the bus station in South Cebu. But there's a courier service we found. and a motorbike, we should be able to get the semen from them straight to the front door, hopefully. But I've never inseminated pigs. I can get somebody in to inseminate pigs, but we need to do it in house. We need to do everything in house, so there's no outsiders coming into the shed. So we'll have a go south, and if we're getting pregnant, we're getting pregnant. If we don't, we'll try again. Yeah, I don't know about that, Obi. She tries to keep me in line. Yeah, well, we all know there's only one boss, don't we? Thank you, Brian. Oh, Bert McLaughlin is in Sydney. Yeah, well, it's the first time we've been live. We don't know what the hell we're doing, or at least I don't know what we're doing. Gene's hiding, as you can see. Nanny Lane Joe. Hi, Nanny Lane. Nanny Lane Joe. Nanny Lane Joe. Nanny Lane Joe. Walter Perry. Yeah, she's hiding, Walter. Yeah, well, we're having a go, ants. How it'll turn out, I've no idea. Yeah, doing great. Brian? Obi's South Africa. Yeah, I remember you were South Africa. Western Cape. Uh, yeah, I'm trying. There's a major city, that area, a capital. Is it Johannesburg? I don't know. On that seaboard. And then there's the southern seaboard where all the sharks are. That's about as much as I know about South Africa. Doing amazing. Well, Nanny Lane Joe, Nanny Lane Joe, Nanny Lane Joe, Nanny Lane Joe. That sounds like a chorus for a pop song. Anyway, back to me Lumboy. I did. I did stop smoking cigarettes a couple of days ago. Smoking too many, um, and coughing like hell. But I smoked these Lumboys for a long time. Once I got to know how to do them, and it's you put a bit of just the tobacco leaf,
The bojol is there.
just the tobacco leaf, and the Lumboy is a leaf off the is it
Palm.
what do you call it?
Palm. What you call that one?
Yeah, it's a curled up leaf. English plum tree, isn't it?
Java palm.
Java plum. It's also known as English plum tree. So probably the British sailors in the 18th century, whatever, smoked them. And the thing with these is they don't make you cough. So I'm determined to smoke nothing else and to cut down on them as well. Yeah, Brian in Melbourne. Yeah, well, we bought week old chickens. We bought black Astrolorps, Plymouth Rocks, and Rhode Island Reds. Um, and we got all these crossbreeds as well. So there'll come a time when we're trying to sell um, chickens, week old chickens, point to lay chickens or whatever. And it maybe won't be easy to sell them initially. But once you've been going a while and the chickens you sell are what you say they are, your business is gonna pick up. And I'll be looking to improve the breeds, the genetics of each of the three types of chickens we've got. When I go to Australia, I'll see if I can put my hands on some fertile eggs and bring them back. I don't know what, for example, in Australia, no chance of getting eggs, fertile eggs into Australia. Philippines, they may not bother. I'll have a look on Google before I go to Australia. I'll bring them back as just food, you know. If they're taken off me, they're taken off me. But if you post, say, fertile eggs into Australia, they'll find them because all the packages are X-rayed. Now, I believe if the eggs are X-rayed, then they won't hatch anyway. Now, I am talking, what do you call that fellow in Spain? Forget off on
Chris Clark, something.
Chris Clark, isn't Chris is offering to send me some eggs, Rhode Island red eggs, fertile eggs. I've yet to reply to his message, so yeah, we'll maybe try that. I'd be quite happy to pay for the postage, and if they get through, fine. If they don't, well, that's okay as well, I suppose. And we'll hatch them out, and providing they haven't been through an X-ray machine, they might hatch. Hopefully, they'll hatch. So that's why the chickens are separated. Anthony Pike, good day, mate. Nice to know you're making good on your farm. Keep it good. Tony Pike, Australia, and in the Philippines.
Yeah, which part of the Philippines?
Which part of the Philippines?
We're in Cebu City.
Well, we're north of Cebu City.
Yeah.
Jocelyn Salenga. Yeah, long time subscriber. I don't think I've had a comment off you, Jocelyn, so it's nice to see you. The ground where the house is, we're back to front on the camera, so
yeah.
It's on top of a hill. So it's exaggerated.
Oops.
We,
Where is it? No, it's not sure. I will give you.
It's all right.
No,
Get hold of it again.
I will get some marker pen.
Oh, it's upside down. It's upside down, but because we're on top of the hill, the wall near the fence at the back will just be a small wall, but at the front,
here,
it's a high wall because the land falls away. Oh no, it's not upside down. The land's falling away there, so at the front it looks a high wall. It's maybe 5 foot high, and then the floor will be there all levels. If that makes any sense.
Someone saying that this one is interrupting the chats.
Oh, stop spamming the chat. Yeah. Yeah.
Mary.
Oh, where's Mary?
No, that's
Mary.
That's not your sister.
Mary Spurgeon. Well, thank you, Mary. I'm pleased people are enjoying the videos. Initially, it was for family, really. and I was making a video, and then it came up private or public. I said auto hold public, and I did enjoy doing them, but more by accident, I suppose. Now we are getting paid for them now. We get about $100 a month, which is not a lot of money. Let's be honest. It is a lot. It's a fair amount of money in the Philippines. The reality, it isn't. But it pays for a load of gravel every month, and that's a big help, you know. But mostly we're doing it because we like to do it.
Where's the black button?
On Thai key, I don't know.
No, they wanted this
Yeah.
one.
Well, how do you block it?
I don't know.
I blocked somebody once on the chat. That Timmy fella, you remember? But I'll press that. I don't know.
They said you forgot to. Said you forgot to say.
Oh, the ding-a-ling ding-dong.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that just came out. I was thinking press the bell.
I will try to click this one, huh?
Yeah.
Hide.
Yeah, try press that hide. Yeah. Yeah, the ding-a-ling ding-ding, ding-dong or whatever. It's different every time. It's fun. I was thinking press the bell, and I was thinking of Westminster chimes. People my age all remember Westminster chimes. Every mantelpiece had a clock on, and they all had Westminster chime on. But I couldn't remember how it went, so I just settled for ding-a-ling ding-dong. Where are we now?
Yeah.
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 Mindanao, ants. It's thinking of,
Fermented feed.
yeah. Well, what I would say, ants, is go on YouTube and look at, a lot of people in America are feeding fermented feed. Look into it a little bit. Now, I've watched videos on there over 2 or 3 years, and people are saying they could save 50% on the feed bill. And I didn't really believe that was it ever possible. Now, I've been trying it on these pigs, and it's not only, I figured if you could save 10% in your feed bill, it's worthwhile. But that's not the only thing. It raises the pH of the feed you're feeding, which in turn raises the pH of the pig's guts. And E. coli and other bad bugs, they need an acidic environment to grow and multiply. And there's E. coli in every pig. So that's the other aspect of fermented feed, is prevents disease within the pig. Now, how true that is, I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things, but it makes sense to me. Now, as for the saving on feed, I'll be able to tell you, and it won't be one batch of pigs, so it's not scientific study or anything. But when I butcher the first pig, I'll work the feed value out and how much it's cost, divide it by 9, and we'll get the cost of the feed for that pig, which will compare with the estimated cost from the feed mill companies. But I think now quite firmly I am going to get a 50% saving on the pig. But when you say that, you think, as I did, oh, I'm going to feed the pigs 50% less each day. No, it's not. It's not working like that. I'm feeding. The screen's going dark. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I get the charger.
the battery's going flat. She's running for the charger.
Pagdali charger, bigyan na lubat.
But the first lot of pigs we weighed were 20%, 20 kilos, sorry, above the weight, predicted weight by the feed company. So when they come to butchering, I feel pretty certain that the amount of feed they consume to get to that 80 kilo, 100 kilo weight is going to be a hell of a lot less than the feed companies estimated. And I think that's where the saving will be. And it wouldn't surprise me if it is as much as that, which is a hell of a saving. And if, let's be honest, if it's 20% or 10%, it's still worthwhile. But them pigs have done very, very well. The piglets we've got in now wasn't happy, but I can see the difference on them pigs now. But they're just on wet feed. They're not on fermented feed yet. So we'll see. Next Saturday, I'll be weighing them pigs. And they came in at, what was it, 6.9 kilo, wasn't it? Average weight against the first lot, which was 12 kilo average weight. So next week they'll be the same age as the first pigs coming in, and we'll see how close we can get to that 12 kilo average weight they were.
That's not a touch screen.
I'm wondering why it's gone dark, the screen. Can you brighten it up again?
Blue, but I think.
Yeah, I can't see it.
No.
Click on the name, Jane did that and it stopped it.
No.
But going back to that fermented feed, Ants, let me know how you go on and give me your ideas.
What's the hidden icons in here? Can I click onto that thing?
Deb. Spearmint. Yeah, Deb. I think Deb's Louisiana.
Can I click into it? Yeah. I don't know how to turn it on. Right? If
I can hardly read the. Even worse.
If I do something, it might go.
No, it won't. I don't know. You just turn the brightness up. Anyway, I'll reach up to the screen. No. Yeah, brightness. That's it. No, I'll leave that. Just
volume?
Go back to the screen now so I can see the. That's better. Jeff Molden. Yeah, I think they have, Jeff. I mean, not an awful lot. They're still tiny, but you can't see the backbones like you could. Well over. Oh, I thought it was well over the dinking.
We all love the ding. Yeah, dinking. Yeah, because you did not say that one when you start the video.
Yeah. Yeah, and it improves the gut health. It makes the gut alkaline, from what I've read, from what I've seen on various videos over
Your time now.
I was a bit I was a bit unsure about starting it. I started it with the chickens, um, and just fermented feed. The other thing, of course, with fermented feed is in corn. If you eat sweet corn, the following morning in the toilet, you can see where the sweet corn's gone. That's how the plant works. It feeds the person eating it, but there's enzymes in some of the corn, so it passes through. Now, with fermenting the feed, it destroys their enzymes. So 100% of the feed is available to digestion, not 68%. And that's how I was thinking you got the saving. But no, it seems to be much more than that. But I was a bit unsure about fermenting feed initially. I fermented it for the chickens, and you can't see with chickens very much. But in the brood, we had 105 chickens in the brooding pen. We only lost 4 chickens. In the I don't know how many weeks we had them in that brooding pen. And that's when you, at the brooding stage, you do tend to lose quite a lot of chickens, or you can do. We didn't. So I put that down to the feed, that maybe it wasn't. And then I did introduce it to the pigs and cross my fingers. And I'm convinced now that feed, fermented feed, is doing a world of good within them pigs.
Your time now. What's your time now?
10:15.
9:45. You have any nonsense gangster, etc. thieves?
Sorry?
He's asking gangster thieves.
No,
Nothing.
it's very quiet up this mountain. I know on YouTube you get a lot of negative videos about the Philippines. I've just never come across it. And not just up this mountain, Compostela, Indanao, I've not anything bad at all to say, really. Of course, you can get scammed anywhere. I've been scammed a couple of times here. Um, yeah, and free starter and starter. Yeah, that's something I wanted to do. Mix his own feed. But the raw materials here are not readily available. You're in Mindanao, there's a lot more farming down there. And the cost of buying, you can't buy, for example, maize in bags. You buy it by the kilo, and it's not much cheaper than buy the price of feed. So, as yet, I've no plans to do my own feed because the raw materials are not available to me at a price to make it worthwhile.
Where's the cat? No, all the cats were gone. Maybe someone took them away. All them three. Especially the annoying one. He was
Yeah,
gone
I don't,
3 weeks ago.
whereabouts are you now in the comment?
Yeah, I'm just here.
Yeah, well, I'm above you. I'll get to it. Native chickens. I don't know if there's a better price for meat or not. There's not a lot of meat on them from what I see running around.
Yeah, they sell here per kilo. Like chicken,
Yeah,
maybe it reach around 2 kilos, and they're gonna sell it 280 a kilo.
yeah. And then what about the other birds?
They that one we had.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. You see, my idea is I'll joint the meat and uh, sell the breasts and wings. There won't be a big sale, big demand here for all chickens because next door there's a chicken farm and they're cool birds. How much do they pay for a cool bird?
Before it was 250.
250.
Piece.
Yeah.
Piece.
So I'd only be able to get the same for a 7 8 pound bird in weight, 2.5 kilos, is what you can a bird next door, which is 1.5 kilo, a cool chicken, you know. Convert starch to sugar. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. It grows good yeasts and good bacteria, and one of the main benefits, something acid, it multiplies that quite a lot. Where's the cats? Well, yeah, they've all been catnapped.
Catnap. Yeah.
Um, they're all attractive cats, and they've disappeared one by one. The very first one what went missing is next door in the chicken place. Um, we've still got the old cat, but she won't come round the cabin anymore. But she's pregnant again down the piggery. So we'll maybe get some kittens. But we haven't had a cat in here now for a few weeks in the veranda. And we have had a couple of rats in here, which I got some poison and yeah, no problem. Soon got rid of them. But they're all around. They'll always be coming back. At least if you've got a cat, they don't come back. But the last cat what went missing, the young one, she came on heat. She's walking up and down the roads,
Meowing all
meowing,
night.
and she disappeared, um, looking for a tomcat. Now, whether she's got lost or found a better place to live, I don't know. But hopefully she's all right. Yeah, moonshine, Walter. Yeah. Oh, ants. Yeah, Yorkshire tea. Um, I'll be bringing back some back in March. Last year I was in Melbourne. I could only get the small packets of Yorkshire tea. They used to do a big box. Um, yeah, the thing with Yorkshire tea, as opposed to Lipton's, they've tried to make tea into a quick brew drink. So all the tea leaves are ground up into powder. But Yorkshire tea, you've still got tea leaves in them tea bags. Tea bags are convenient, but it's still proper tea. Big difference. Tailors of Harrogate, they've been making tea for a couple of centuries, or blending tea for a couple of centuries. They're big in coffee now as well. Yeah, no, we haven't cooked any pancakes over. Uh, we've had omelettes, so we've eaten quite a lot, and there's definitely a better taste with them. But you need four to make an omelette for one person. They're
It's
only
very
very
small.
small. Pickle eggs, Deb. I love pickled eggs. If we can't sell them, we'll pickle them for sure. But you can't always get vinegar. Yeah, I've got vinegar in a minute. Here the vinegar's coconut vinegar and all sorts of stuff. It doesn't taste like vinegar at all. Do the locals enjoy gambling? Hobby again. Mm. Yeah, I think like fellas the world over. Yeah, they love to gamble. Mostly on cockfighting. I think I mentioned it on the video. And torchlights in the far corner. So I went down to have a look, and there's 3 or 4 fellas. What the hell they're doing, I don't know. So I told Jean, and she says, "Yeah, they'll be looking for spiders." I said, "What for?" and they fight spiders. And they're fighting spiders here. And then they'll gamble on them, no doubt, you know. Pickled eggs with fresh chili and spices. I've never had spices in pickled eggs. I I used to like a packet of plain crisps and a pickled egg on top. Um, Donald Stewart. How many acres?
We're just
I
on.
don't know what it is in acres, but it's 1,800 square meters. So maybe half an acre. Um, it's big for on this mountain, I suppose. But if you go to um, farming areas, Mindanao and what's the big island off here? I forget. You can get land a lot cheaper.
Bohol.
Bohol. Whereas this here we paid 1,000 pesos a square meter, 1.8 million pesos. The plot down there is for sale now, and he's wanting just short of 2,000 pesos a square meter. But there's not many buyers, not many Filipinos locally have got that sort of money. There's lots of wealthy Filipinos, but they wouldn't be interested in land up a mountain.
Yeah, there's one for sale here, near our place, beside our place.
Yeah,
Where you now?
I mean, oh, Bendigo. Adrian Mukhawk.
Mm.
I've murdered that, no doubt. That sounds South African in heritage. Oh no, he's in Australia for surgery. Then where's Mindanao,
Mindanao,
Surigao.
Surigao.
Yeah, Surigao.
Surigao.
Surigao. Yeah, well, all the best, Adrian. Hope you get over your surgery quickly and get back here if that's what you want to do.
When is your next?
Next pig roast. It won't be for a while.
On his birthday, you will do pig roasting.
No, I'll be in Australia. Everybody wants a pig roast, but I have to pay for it. It's my bloody pig. Um, Anthony's brother-in-law is expert on chickens.
That's it. You'll catch up with it.
Yeah, I know very little about chickens. As a kid, we had chickens, and then as a older kid, I used to help a couple of local farmers. Ben Rhodes, he had chickens. He had free-range chickens outside and barn chickens inside. But yeah, I wanted chickens. I wanted pigs. I wanted chickens. And when all this work is done, I'm not. I'm not doing any physical work. Um, then I can sit back and relax and enjoy it. I can't do physical work anymore, but with the cost of labour here, I can have couple of people on site all the time doing the work for me. So yeah,
Yeah, someone said that they're gonna be here when you do roast your pig.
mm.
There.
Yeah. Well, if you if you come up, if you get over here and you come up, maybe not roast a pig, a full pig, but we can stick a nice roast of pork in the oven. Not a problem. Right, it's your turn, Jean.
No, you stay there. Oy. I will walk away.
I'll tell you what then. make a cup of tea.
Okay, you
Okay.
stay there.
It's a cooler day here today. The sun's quite warm, but there's a nice cool breeze. They're pouring the concrete, or they will be pouring the concrete on the shuttering the put up yesterday. Wynn's dead keen on getting that wall. He wants all the site levelled to keep in front of Soy. Soy's the main man, he's got all the skills. So I tried to explain to him this morning. I'll maybe get some concrete, some gravel and cement at the end of next week, so we can do the chicken huts. And he's saying, well, you know, we need to keep in front of Soy. So then I explained to him that I'm going to stop Soy doing the trusses anyway to do the plumbing. But how much he understood it, I don't know. Jocelyn's from Luzon originally.
In Bataan, Manila.
And she's in
Louisiana. Where is it?
Louisiana.
Florida. In
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah. I thought earlier on they said Mindanao.
No, that's different. One
Oh,
from
that's different.
Mindanao.
That's Adrian. Yeah. So Jocelyn's from Luzon, and she's married to
Richard, what you call that one? It's in there.
what?
Richard Dorjin.
Yeah. Ah.
Ayaw ra, naara ko yung staff niya man.
Donald. Well, with that incubators that cheap, I know you can build them yourself, and you can get the little mortars what turn the eggs for you. So I don't know really. The small incubators I think might be handy. Or just buy them in. What will take, I don't know what size the capacity is of them. Maybe 2 dozen eggs. And you can put all the Rhode Island eggs in there, start them off. And then another one for the Plymouth Rock and so on and so forth. And you could maybe have 6 where your second one you fill that up with the eggs and then the first one is hatching. But of course, you can sell the eggs anyway through the shop just as eggs. You don't have to hatch everyone out if you don't want. So I don't really know. The next purchase I'm doing, biggish purchase, is a stunner to knock the pigs out at butchering time. Last week I got electric hoist to lift the pigs up. This week I'll order the stunner. So that we're stunning the pigs humanely and bleeding them out. No stress at all on the animal, whereas up to now we've hog-tied the pig, dragged it out, put it on the table, bled it out, and it's an awful stress on the pig, and it's not humane either. Now with a stunner, then bleed it out, we should get a better product. The meat should be shouldn't be tough at all. Initially, the first 1 or 2 we butcher, I'll be going straight out the gate, bit of theatre on the roadside, chopping it up. So that'll be sold hot.
Where I put this one?
Just put it still hot. Whereas on this other side of the piggery, where the road ends, and we'll be filling that in. There'll be a walk-in fridge goes in there. So then we'll kill the pig with the stunner, knock it out with the stunner, and then leave the pig. And then in the fridge, and it'll hang in the fridge at least 12 hours. And then we should get a good product. And over time, because your meat's a lot tenderer than doing it the other way, we should build up trade. Yeah, yeah. Following on from Donald, and saying with incubators is brown out, so we get quite a lot here. But you can get incubators with a built-in battery. So you get a brown out, and sorry, you get 12-volt incubators which you plug into the mains, and they got a battery. And if they're brown out, they still keep working. So that's the answer to that problem, I think. Yeah, the Sari Sari store grew very quickly, Obi. It surprised me, and I was of the opinion that it's just going to be peanuts, keep Gene happy. But no, I was wrong about that as well. There's a lot of things we sell in it. She sells in there and she makes 1 peso profit on. It sells a little packet of corn chips for 2 packets for 5 pesos, and she makes 2 pesos profit. But there's some good sales in there as well. It's doing very well. We are a bit down on what we were previously, in so much that we've no pork in the fridge to sell, in the freezer to sell. We're missing that, but I could butcher one this week with 75 kilos. I would think I'd find one. But they're growing that quickly. I don't want to do that. I want to get above 80. I think I'll wait until we're 100 kilos before I butcher one.
Yeah, and don't forget, out from the shop we built already the post in there.
Yeah, because the initial pigs have got 9 pigs, but we might keep 4 for sows. So I've only 5 pigs to go at. So I can wait till we get 100 kilos, and I can shift them pigs. Now, James is saying the shop, all the posts you've seen built on the house, all the labour, all the materials, and the did the truss, did the steel, was the steel paid from the house?
Um, no.
No. So all them posts are up, and all the materials were paid for by the shop, and then the steel work was paid for by one of my pensions. So we should get the roof on. Maybe not the tin sheets, but we should get the roof on, and the at least one more chicken shed and the plumbing done, and then I'm going to have to work out another budget. Meanwhile, Jean's putting a little bit of money away every day into the house pot again, and when the next budget runs out, the shop will be paying for some other things, and by then there'll be profits from the pigs and a little bit of profit from the chickens, so they will carry the bill forward as well. If you went back in the videos quite a while now, when they completed the fence and they had the cesspit built, I had to decide what to do next, and I decided not to do the house at that time. I decided to build a piggery, thinking that then the piggery would help pay to build the house. and then the Sari shop came into play as well. So that was the right decision to make. Um, we're up and running with small businesses, um, so they will pay for the house. We'll get the house up to lock-up stage this year. Um, be a fair bit of money needed to fit it out. How much depends on the lifestyle you want, isn't there? But we'll maybe get towards the end of this year, we'll maybe have the bedroom and ensuite bathroom finished. And if so, we'll move into there and start sleeping in there.
Stunner.
No, normally the stunner doesn't hurt the pig at all. It just scrambles the brain. Um, they drop straight away, they collapse unconscious. They will come back round. It's the same with a bolt gun. Um, the bolt gun, you put a hole in the front of its head, it knocks it out, but they'll come back round as well. So it's the bleeding out what kills them, but the point is they don't know what's happened. They're just there 1 minute and unconscious and gone the next. There's no pain, no stress, no nothing for the pig. And you get better meat from it. Do you belong to a retail union, Jane?
I don't know what is that way.
It's like insurance.
Hmm?
If you become a member, they probably give you insurance and that.
No, just in Prince, the one they offer us, something like that. If we reach this sort of amount a year, then they have a
That's
insurance.
self-insurance in different places.
Yeah, something
Um,
like that.
it's it's different here. Tax system and that, it's all over the place. I don't understand it. I've heard the comment saying, um, don't mention takings in the Sari store, all these inspectors will be around. I think it varies from island to island. Cebu has their own system, I think, and it's maybe not the same as Luzon. Um, but here you get the business permit,
Yeah, we just renew it a couple
which
of days ago.
we've just renewed, and they ask you
5 times.
what your sort of turnover a week is.
Yeah,
It,
everyday sale, how
yeah,
much every
and
week.
you tax it when you pay the tax for the year for that sales. Not like a tax system in the Western world. They ask you how many scales you've got, and you're
Yeah,
taxed
because
on the number of scales,
you're
150
paying for it.
pesos for each scale. There's two scales in there. And Jean can't count, so she said there was one.
Yeah,
um,
because it's rarely used the other one.
oh, it's not used. Yeah. We've got two scales, but we only use one, so we've only got one scale really. Yeah. Um, yeah. Ants uh, loves a pig. He'd like one like ours, but the missus says no. Yeah, completely foreign to a Filipino to have a shed like that. Um, far too much money spent on the shed from a Filipino's perspective when you can have some concrete walls and a concrete channel and then bamboo roof, and it does the job perfectly well. Um, whereas a Western fella's got different ideas. I had an old piggery Kerrang, and oh, it was hard work. I was younger then. I was actually working every day. I was repairing things. That's why I wanted a new piggery. Um, all right, Joe back.
Mm.
What sort of layer chickens? Well, I don't want to go into these chickens what crank out eggs near enough every day for 12 months. I want proper birds, and proper birds for me are the birds we remember as a kid. Rhode Island Reds and many other breeds as well. Um, White Leghorns, Red Leghorns, all these sort of breeds I remember. That's the chickens I want. Now, they're all round chickens, so you get eggs and meat off them. Um, yeah, they don't perform as well as modern chickens. These modern meat birds, they only grow for about 6 or 8 weeks and then they butcher them. Whereas these are 8 months before they're butchered. But because it's going to be sold through the sari shop, even though it costs a lot of extra feed to produce that egg or to produce that piece of meat, because I'm retailing direct to the public, I can still make a profit on it and keep the birds of interest to me. It's a little bit more. This is a hobby farm, don't forget. It's not purely about business.
Brit in Luzon. Say hello,
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah. Hi, Brit. Thank you. It makes me happy you're enjoying the videos. Jean's a perfect accountant. Yes, she is. Joe again
Every
from
peso
Melbourne
count.
as well, but settled back here in Cebu. Oh, you're in Cebu. I've lost it.
South of Cebu.
Where
Southern
is
part
it?
there.
Yeah. A brown egg layer farm here in southern part of Cebu.
Oh,
Um, what sort of chickens you got, Joe? Maybe I can buy some fertile eggs off you. Um, Yellow or white yolked eggs. Um,
yellow.
thing is, Obi, because I'm quite old now, I remember battery chickens coming in the UK, birds in cages. We call them battery eggs. And they had a big advertising campaign, go to work on an egg, and each egg had a little lion stamped on it. And you could tell the difference between a free range egg and a battery egg. The battery eggs were very pale lemon colour. Um, but there's some sort of that out. They give them food colouring in the feed, and then the eggs became bright orange, the battery eggs, and they didn't look natural at all either. Um, Now, the thing with egg yolks, they do vary in colour from season to season, plus what they're being fed and whatever. So they can be yellow, they can be orange, they can be very, very pale. It's what they taste like which is important. Brit's been here for 9 years. Yeah, I'm very happy here, Brit. Um, I was very wary when I came. I was very careful when I came. Um, the thing with YouTube is for every uh, positive video you get on YouTube, you get 10 negative ones. It's the old story only bad news sells newspapers, good news doesn't sell newspapers. And it's like subscribers and that. If you're purveying bad news, you'll get a whole lot more subscribers, I suppose. But yeah, I've had no problems here in any aspect of life at all. Obviously, the first 12 months or so was very strange, but I'm settled now. And, for example, initially I'd go out the front of this shop, morning, hello, hiya. Hiya's a thing, I say most of all. And they just look at you. Now I go out the front of the shop, just nod, and they all nod back, and everybody nods here. A lot of people don't speak at all, and just nod. So we're getting along fine now. Ant's accountant, yeah, you said something about account. I thought you meant,
Yeah, he said Jean's perfect accountant.
yeah, yeah. She's good at accounts, yeah. Just ignores them. Cavite, Luzon,
Mm. Let's do the Philippines.
yeah.
He's from Cavite. He's living in
Cavite,
Cavite.
you
Yeah,
pronounce it.
Luzon.
Yeah. Oh, Uganda eggs are all white.
No yellow.
Yeah, feeding white maize. That maize I got off the fella down the road here, I didn't like it at all. That was white maize.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so what they eat does affect the colour of the egg, the yolk for sure. I don't think I've ever had an egg with a white yolk. I've never seen one.
Can supply you with what
Yeah,
you call
Joe Bud. That he was in South Cebu,
yeah,
wasn't
egg layer production.
he? Yeah, that'd be good, Joe. I'm quite happy to pay for him, and I'll pay for the postage and everything. Um, I'll give you a shout when I get organised with these two sheds and get a couple of incubators in. Um, or Isaac Brown. We haven't got Isaac Brown. We've got Rhode Island Red, but we can change.
Yeah, just for eggs.
We can change to Isaac Browns because Isaac Browns have got. They came around from Rhode Island eggs, and one or two different birds were bred in together to get that breed of Isaac Brown.
No different tribes in
Yeah,
here.
happiness is egg shaped. I do remember that one. Obi, different tribes. It was a tribal system in the Philippines up to a couple of generations ago. But no, but extended families, I suppose you could call them tribes, really. Jean's 20 or 30 cousins.
More than that.
More than that, she's saying.
Yeah, whole mountain.
Yeah, all different mountains round here. Um, so when you're that size of extended family, it's still a bloody tribe, isn't it? Really, but no, you see on my big parades, just had one in Cebu City with all the feathers and that they wear. They're only 2 or 3 generations away from a tribal system. Um, but no, that generally speaking, they're calm, peaceful people, but like people everywhere. You know, don't push them back to the extent where they'll turn on you. Um, right, Kenneth, my background. I left school at 14. It should have been 15, but they kicked me out. It was a pain in the ass. Um, I went as apprentice butcher at 15, and I'm in the butcher's shop, Raymond Berry in Cakeaton, near Huddersfield. And the school bobby came in. I didn't know who he was. He came, Raymond came through the back with this fella. He says, "How old are you, David?" I says, 15. He says, when were you 15? I says, yesterday. Uh, so from butchering, I went into the mills, um, and then I built a boat. Me and Dave Stringer, a mate of mine, and we set off down the canals and river in north of England. and I finished up at Selby. I worked in the shipyard there. I worked on the council, emptying the dustbins when there were ash bins full of everybody had fires. And then I went in the army. I went in. I did various jobs. I won't go into them. When I came out of the army, I got married, and I went on the market trader. And then I bought a cafe and bakery, and then I bought a bed and breakfast place, and I was running the two. Oh, I had a hot dog vans as well in between all that. Then I went into machines, gambling machines, uh, one-arm bandits, and pool tables, jukeboxes, video games. As well, then there were no video, no computers. There were no video games on computers. They're all 10 pence in the slot to play. Coin slot machines. And then I sold that business, and I emigrated to Australia with the family when I was 50 years old. And in Australia, I was a Jim's Moore for a few years. Then I bought a skip bin truck and a yard in Dandenong, and I was doing that for a few years. And somebody bubbled me to the council that I was recycling waste products in this yard. So they closed me down. So I sold the truck, I sold the yard, and I bought a farm in Kerrang, 450 acres. And that had a piggery, uh, which I took over from a company in Singapore. And I would just contract growing the pigs out for them. I had 600 pigs in that shed. And then I sold that because of drought. The company closed. They had 3 feed mills. They closed 2 of them down. They closed most of the operation in Victoria down and just kept going in New South Wales. So I sold that farm, and I went down Jack River, down Gippsland. Had a small holding down there. I think it was 80 acres. The farm in Kerrang was 450 acres. But all the time my marriage was coming to an end. I wasn't happy, so I went back to England for 2 or 3 years and finished up here. And never thought I'd find happiness again, but I have. So that's good. Am I familiar with local culture? No. Short-term memories, not what it was, to say the least. So Gino teach me a couple of words in the science, and within 10 minutes I've forgotten them all again. It's not like when I was younger. I was a few years in Germany. You pick up the language very quickly, enough to get you by, to order your beer and your food and everything else. But I'm finding it impossible here. Mind you, I haven't tried very hard even. But local culture, yeah, things are different here, and you've got to fit in with it. Um, some things I like, and some things I don't like. But you've got to accept it is as it is. Um, yeah, I just spent. Yeah, I could go into depth in my past lives, but obviously
You
we
make
all
a video about that already?
we all want a bit of privacy as well, so I'm limited to what I'm prepared to say. My missus is
His
Ilongo. What's that
yeah,
mean?
his wife
Yeah.
is a Ilocano. They
Look,
speak different to Tagalog or Bisaya. Is
right.
it?
So is it an island or
Yeah, it's
is
an
it?
island.
Yeah, a different language or a different dialect.
I think somewhere in Iloilo, something like that.
Where's that? Yeah.
I search first.
Guns N' Roses. Yeah, I remember them. Can't remember any of the songs. Uh, it was rock, I think. Wasn't it? I was more into folk music. So a small brewing plant. No, I don't really. I mean, it depends what you're doing. Um, I brewed beer in the past. I made a lot of wine in the past when I was younger. I was, I'd drink anything. I was a big drinker. I don't drink at all now. Um, I've never made spirits, uh, distilled spirits. But I've known people distilling spirits in Australia. You used to be able to buy little bottles of concentrate and then brew that up. Brandy, whiskey, whatever you wanted. But I think they clamped down on that. Um, but in the UK, it was always illegal to distill alcohol. No doubt some people did. Um, Mick Selby in Sydney.
He said, "Good morning, David and Jean. How are you? Hope all is well from
Yeah,
Sydney. Take care."
yeah,
He said it into
yeah,
Visayan.
yeah, bun tiger. Recognise that
Mm,
word. Good
morning.
morning. Yeah.
Yeah. 100
Oh
miles.
yeah, yeah. The older ones. You catch the old word. Donald raising goats. No, goats are a very attractive animal, um, but they're a bugger to keep in as well. They'll climb anything. Um, we've got this fence all the way around now, but they'll be on top of the cesspit and they'll be out in the banana plantation. No two ways about it. Um, I do miss sheep meat. You can't get sheep meat here. I had goat meat the other week at a house we went to, but it was boiled up into a soup and that,
Stew.
and I didn't reckon much to it. But goat meat roasted, if you get a shoulder to roast like a roasted shoulder of lamb, that's my favourite cut on the lamb, or not lamb, mutton. Um, the shoulder I like the best. So if I come across any goat, I'd certainly buy some meat. But raising them myself, no. Um, no, I've enough fun with chickens and pigs. That's what I wanted. And then
The, they will be noisy na.
the other project I want to do
We
is
will mix concrete. We
yeah
can't hear them. They can't
is
hear you.
do vegetables to sell in the shop. I just want to eat vegetables. I don't want to be digging. So that's it. We'll end this live stream here. Uh, the mixer's
There's a
going.
question there.
It's not making. Oh, there we go.
There's a question there.
Oh, Peculiar. Yes, I do remember that. And they still make a beer, Old Peculiar. What's the name of the brewery? I can't think. But yeah, I do remember Old Peculiar. So we'll leave this stream there.
Sounds like a whole stove.
On the tin roof, yeah.
Now it's the mixer.
So I'll do it again next Sunday. See how we go, because I've quite enjoyed it. And surprisingly, it's gone fairly well. So we'll leave it there. We'll see you all again soon.